The story of Samson in 3 minutes. A God Helps production. In ancient Israel, Manoah and his barren wife prayed earnestly for a child. One day, an angel appeared to Manoah's wife, declaring she would conceive a son. This son, Samson, was to be a Nazirite, dedicated to God from birth, and his hair must never be cut. Overwhelmed, she told Manoah, who prayed for guidance. The angel returned, confirming the instructions. She must avoid wine and unclean food. Manoah offered a sacrifice, and as the flames rose, the angel ascended in the fire, leaving them in awe. Samson grew up blessed with incredible strength, destined to challenge the Philistines, Israel's oppressors. On his way to Timnah, Samson encountered a lion, and, empowered by the Spirit of the Lord, tore it apart with his bare hands. Later, he found bees and had honey in the carcass and shared it with his family without revealing its source. At his wedding feast, Samson posed a riddle to the Philistine guests. Out of the eater, something to eat. Out of the strong, something sweet. By challenging the Philistines with this riddle, Samson sought to outwit and humiliate them, asserting his dominance over his enemies. Unable to solve the riddle, the Philistines grew desperate and threatened Samson's wife, pressuring her to uncover the answer. After days of relentless pleading, Samson finally revealed the secret to her. However, she betrayed him by passing the answer to the Philistines. When the Philistine guests answered the riddle correctly, Samson was enraged. He realized he had been betrayed, not just by his enemies, but by his own wife. Humiliated and furious, Samson felt the need to exact revenge and fulfill his wager. He stormed into a nearby Philistine town and, in a fit of rage, killed 30 men. When Samson later discovered that his wife had been given to another man, he enacted further revenge by setting fire to the Philistines' fields using 300 foxes with torches tied to their tails. Retaliation, the Philistines killed his wife and her father. Enraged, Samson struck down many Philistines, then sought refuge in a cave. The Philistines came to capture him, but empowered by God, Samson defeated 1,000 men with the jawbone of a donkey. Later, Samson fell in love with Delilah, who was bribed by the Philistine leaders to uncover the secret of his strength. After several failed attempts, Samson finally revealed that his strength lay in his uncut hair, a symbol of his Nazirite vow. While he slept, Delilah betrayed him by cutting his hair, leaving him powerless. The Philistines seized him, gouged out his eyes, and imprisoned him. But as Samson's hair grew back, so did his strength, a sign of God's mercy. During a great feast in the Philistine temple, Samson was brought out to entertain the crowd. In his final act, he prayed for strength one last time. Leaning against the temple pillars, he pushed with all his might, collapsing the temple and killing himself along with the Philistine leaders. Samson's death helped deliver Israel from Philistine oppression, fulfilling his divine purpose.